Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the stories that absolutely everyone is talking about. And today, oh man, we are diving deep into a viral Reddit saga that kicks off with a borrowed camera and spirals into a masterclass of digital revenge. It's got everything: secrets, lies, and the one tracking app you should probably never ever share. Okay, so let's get right into it. It all started with this absolute bombshell of a title on Reddit's Today I Fucked Up forum. I've officially branded myself as the biggest perv, and I 100% deserve it. I mean, with a headline like that, you just know you're in for a wild ride, and thousands of people clicked, ready for the drama. So our story begins with a really simple request, just borrowing a camera. But what our guy finds on that camera, well, it sets in motion this chain of events that is going to completely blow up his marriage and expose this whole tangled web of family secrets he could never have imagined. So our protagonist, this anonymous guy on Reddit, he kicks things off by confessing he's had this long-standing crush on his wife's sister. He even describes these moments of what he felt was, some real sexual tension between them, which really sets the stage for the catastrophic decision he's about to make. So you can imagine when he finds this very personal video of his sister-in-law on that camera, he thinks he's hit the jackpot. A way to live out this fantasy he's had for years with supposedly zero consequences, or so he thought. To him, it felt like the perfect victimless crime. But right here is where the whole story just takes a massive turn. See, this wasn't just about a guy making one colossally bad decision. This was about a perfect storm of modern technology creating a trap with literally no escape. It was just the series of digital failures and real-world coincidences that all lined up perfectly against him. And he didn't just, watch the video on his laptop. Oh no. He went for the full, top-tier immersive experience. VR headset, AirPods in to block out the entire world. He was completely cut off, totally lost in his own little fantasy world. This right here is the anatomy of his downfall. It's just a cascade of failures. The very tracking app that they had used for years to keep tabs on each other suddenly becomes his biggest enemy. Her phone dies, so no notification comes through. He's totally immersed, so he hears absolutely nothing. He is, for all intents and purposes, a sitting duck. And this is the moment his entire world just comes crashing down around him. He's caught, completely red-handed, in just about the most compromising position you can imagine. And what makes it a million times worse is his wife doesn't just see some random video. She instantly recognizes her own sister. The betrayal is immediate, and it is undeniable. But here's where this story, which is already insane, takes another wild turn. Because what he thought was the absolute worst moment of his life, that was actually just the opening act. It was just the appetizer for a much bigger, way more complicated family drama that was about to explode. So after hiding out for hours, panicking, he finally decides to go home and face the music. He walks in, basically expecting to get thrown out, to be screamed at, the works. But the conversation that happens next is completely unbelievable and totally unexpected. He finds out really fast that his massive screw-up is actually just a footnote in this much larger story of infidelity. The video wasn't even for the sister's husband, who, it turns out, is having his own affair. Nope, the video was for another guy the sister is seeing long distance. I mean, the family secrets are just piling up. So the focus of the whole afternoon just completely shifts to the sister's drama. And in his completely delusional state, he starts to think, hey, maybe I'm gonna get away with this. His own mistake is barely even mentioned, and he starts to feel this insane sense of relief. And get this, he ends his update on Reddit on this bizarrely optimistic note. A sleepover in the living room to comfort the sister. He genuinely seems to believe that things are actually going to be okay. The guy has absolutely no idea what's really coming for him. And this is where the story completely flips. What started as this cringeworthy confession is about to turn into a masterclass in consequences. And it's delivered by the one person he completely, totally underestimated, his wife. The husband's delusional update left the entire internet buzzing. Like, how could he possibly have gotten off so easy? But that wasn't the real end of the story, not by a long shot. The other shoe was absolutely about to drop. And then, the ultimate plot twist. The wife logs into the exact same Reddit account he used to post the story. She had seen everything, his whole confession, his delusional update, and now she was taking control of the narrative. It was her turn to speak. And she just lays it all out. His entire perception of the afternoon was wrong. That sleepover, it wasn't a show of support, it was a clever trick to hide her packed bags from him. While he was feeling relieved, she was methodically and efficiently planning her escape, securing her money and getting a divorce lawyer. And she signs off with this one devastatingly cool sentence. "Oh, and if you can read this, I've deleted the tracking app," smiley face, with a wink emoji. It's just the perfect ending, severing that final digital tie. The very app that failed to warn him she was coming home is now the symbol of his complete and total defeat. And just to give you an idea of how massive this personal drama became, look at the final upvote score. This wasn't just a family crisis anymore. It was a full-blown public spectacle, watched and judged and voted on by over 100,000 people online. A true modern-day morality play.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it's a powerful cautionary tale about the digital breadcrumbs that we all leave behind. It just goes to show you how quickly a private fantasy, helped along by technology, can turn into a very public, life-altering downfall, especially when you forget who you share your app logins with. It really makes you wonder, in an age of shared everything, is any secret truly safe?